Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Andrew Pizzelli, coming to you live from the press box here at Cadet Field, where we have women's lacrosse on tap. Today, the 3-3 Seahawks take on the 2-3 Bears of Bridgewater State. And now I'd like to welcome back inside the broadcast booth my good friend Leon Bales, who I am very glad to have back. Leon, how are you doing?
Thank you, Andrew. It's great to be back. I'm doing very well. How are you this afternoon?
I'm doing great. It's actually, for once, a very beautiful afternoon here at Cadet Field. We had a couple of very cold, very rainy days. So you picked a good time to come back. And how about, Leon, you tell me what you've seen lately out of the Seahawks.
Well, Andrew, this past Tuesday, Salve, Regina downed Rhode Island College in an in-state battle. 18-9 was the final score here at Gaudet Field. The Seahawks scored 9 goals in each period, highlighted by a 5-point effort, 4 goals and 1 assist from senior Grace Kelly. Junior Sarah Woods and sophomore Abigail Tepper each recorded a hat trick for the Seahawks, while freshman Jacqueline Pilati and senior Josephine O'Reilly picked up 5 ground balls for Salve Regina. Junior Gina Tortorici led the team with 2 assists on the day, and Josephine O'Reilly also made 5 saves in the win for the Seahawks.
And meanwhile, for Bridgewater State, they've lost 2 straight, most recently falling to Wheaton 7-6 last Tuesday after leading 6-3 at halftime. Senior midfielder Taylor Clancy and freshman attack Melissa Renaud tallied 2 goals apiece for the Bears. The Lions converted 3 of 4 free position attempts, while the Bears went 1 for 2 in the contest. Wheaton held a 9-6 edge in draw control and committed just 12 fouls compared to 18 for Bridgewater. Freshman netminder Allie Foreman made 8 saves on the night. Salve, Regina, and Bridgewater State meet for the 16th time in program history today. The Bears hold a 13-2 edge in the series. And I believe we've already started the starting lineups here for Bridgewater State. So quickly we'll go down. They have Alex King, 5'9 freshman from Weymouth, Mass. Galen Rio, 5'6 freshman. Taylor Brown, 5'8 freshman from Comic. Riley Cakelin, attack, 5'2 junior. Maureen Navoni, 5'10 junior from Mansfield, Mass. Then Lauren Geary, 5'10 sophomore from Hull, Mass. Then number 17, Melanie Appleman, at attack, 5'4 senior from Hyannis. And then a freshman from Framingham, Massachusetts, 5'3 Melissa Renaud. In net for Bridgewater State, Allie Foreman, 5'9 freshman from Marblehead, Mass. And now we'll have the lineup shortly coming for Salve Regina. And Bridgewater State is coached by Holly Drown in her first year coaching the Bears. And now we'll have the lineup coming for the Seahawks. It starts with Amanda Lakett, 5'4 freshman from South Hadley, Mass. And then number 9, Gina Tortorici at midfield, 5'1 junior from Deer Park. And then Abigail Tepper, number 12, 5'5 sophomore from Foxborough, Massachusetts. And then number 15, Courtney Moulton, 5'3 attack, freshman from Merrimack, New Hampshire. And number 16, Taylor Robertson, 5'5 junior from Annapolis, Maryland. Sophomore from Scituate, Massachusetts, number 18, 5'2 sophomore Erin Gerard. And then the points leader for the Seahawks squad, number 21, Sarah Woods, 5'5 junior from East Lyme, Connecticut. She's followed by Kayla Sheehan, 5'5 senior from Pomfret, Connecticut. And then number 25, Mary Ashley Donlan, 5'5 junior from Upton, Mass. And then the netminder for Salve Regina, number 32, Josephine O'Reilly, 5'7 senior from Middletown, Rhode Island. And last but certainly not least, the captain from Auburn, New York, number 1, Grace Kelly, 5'2 senior.
All right, and the sun's coming out right as tip-off approaches. Can't wait to get this one going.
Head coach for Salve Regina is Jennifer Foster in her 8th season at the helm here for the Seahawks. We will now pause and have the national anthem, and then the opening draw next. So players taking their positions on the field, 30 minutes on the clock, 60 minutes to play today, and it's a good day to be outside. A couple of these days recently, it hasn't felt like it's about to gear up for springtime, but today, I guess, the official start of spring. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Middletown.
What better way to bring in the spring season than a women's lacrosse game, huh?
We will have draw control at midfield. Referee's arm is in the air. Players are set. Ball is in the air and controlled right away by Bridgewater State. Immediately getting bumped and fouled is Lauren Geary. She'll take the ball, cradling past the 30-yard line and work her way into the offensive end. First offensive possession here for the Bears. Seahawks have gotten off to quick starts, scoring goals early in the periods, early in both halves of their past couple games.
It looks like Salve is going to try and work off of creating turnovers on the defensive end. Hopefully that'll result in some
shot
goals.
Right in front of the net, scores right around Josephine O'Reilly.
It's like Salve defenders fell asleep on that one as I was delivering my...
As we were praising the Salve defense there, player snuck in behind the net, looped around, shot right across O'Reilly's chest, and buried it. That goal for Alex King, assisted by Riley Cakelin. That goal, the 16th of the year for King. And it's 1-0 Bears. Not even a minute gone in the first period. So talking about how Salve's gotten off to hot starts and the Bears get on the board 45 seconds into the period. And right back on the attack. Ball moved back behind the net. Taylor Robertson defending close to the net. Shot in front. Scores! Riley Cakelin this time. Assisted on the last goal, and this time she buries it, and it's 2-0 Bears early in this game.
And it looked like on that play, Taylor Robinson, defender for the Seahawks, there got beat around the edge. She tried sort of squaring up her body, getting a good defensive stance, but the attack went right around her right shoulder. Another easy goal for the Bears.
So already the broadcaster's jinx is in full effect. I'm praising Salve's hot starts. You're praising Salve's defense, and it's 2-0 Bears. Not even a minute and a half gone in this game.
Looks like Salve started this game still frozen.
Gina Tortorici finally controls, and Salve will have a chance at their first offense possession. Grace Kelly can't handle the outlet pass. She gets bumped. Luckily there, because the ball was heading out of bounds off Kelly's cross, and it'll be Salve Regina ball.
Salve seeming to start this game a little lackadaisical here, Andrew. A little slow coming off the break, allowing themselves to get knocked over.
Kelly trying to move to the point in a battle there. Another foul on the Bears. 27:55 to play in the first half. Salve trailing early 2-0. Gina Tortorici at the arc. Comes back to Kelly at the point. Kelly to her right, now spinning back to her left, trying to work her way middle instead. Moves back to Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods. Cradling. Salve likes to move it around the perimeter and then try and work it middle. They come there. Sarah Woods has it slapped away. It's loose on the ground and picked up by the Bears.
Right idea by Sarah Woods there to get the ball inside towards the net, just unable to hold on to that pass.
Collision at midfield. Grace Kelly forces a turnover. Then Gina Tortorici's outlet pass just past Erin Gerard, and it's scooped back up again by Bridgewater State. Taylor Brown trying to work her way into the offensive end. Her pass comes to Melanie Appleman. Appleman cradling. Moving back to the point.
You've noticed so far, Andrew, Salve playing, it looks like a zone defensive scheme here, whereas on the other side, the Bears seem to be picking up Salve's attackers in the man-to-man defense.
Shot works away on the ground, scores past Josephine O'Reilly's feet. Melissa Renaud this time.
Looked like Josephine O'Reilly could not pick up the ball on that shot there. She looked like she was about one attacker short picking up the passes by Bridgewater State. Another easy goal by the Bears.
And it's 3-0, 26:41 to play in the first half.
Not the start we expected here, Andrew, by the Seahawks. But then again, like you said, we only are 4 minutes into this half, so plenty of time for the Seahawks to get some points on the board.
Lots of time left, and the Seahawks, they score in bunches. All it takes is, one person to score, and then it seems like they score 3 or 4 goals in a row. So
goals are the best type of morale booster you can find.
Exactly. But really, what's been the calling card for Salve Regina has been offensive possession, and limiting the time their defense has to be on the field. This time, Bridgewater State has all the time of possession mostly. Salve really only one offensive possession.
And it seems like early on, Salve is just sitting back, letting Bridgewater get inside and get easy looks at the net. Salve's going to have to do a better job playing a little tight more defense here. Get some on-ball pressure, create some turnovers.
Cakeland feeds behind the net. Ball on the far side. Comes back to Gary at the point. Gary fakes left, now to her right, now spins back to the middle and backs back out. Moves back down on the low wing. Trying to come middle with it and getting fouled. Looked like Alex King.
It looks like Bridgewater State has a height advantage down there as well. Attackers able to get their sticks up over the heads of the Salve defenders and create their own shot.
Free position now for King. King looking, shoots, and she scores! 5-hole on Josephine O'Reilly. And it's 4-0.
Salve defense again coming out dormant. 3 possessions in a row now, allowing Bridgewater to establish position and get all the shots they want early on.
And they're getting quick shots. They're not messing around, passing around for hours and hours on the perimeter. They're just 1, 2 pass, 3 pass. Someone's close to net, boom, shot.
And Salve's really around. Excuse me, Andrew. Salve's really got to do a better job of interrupting these passes here. They're going to find this deficit increase.
It's 4-0, 4 minutes and 13 seconds into this game. Draw control at midfield, controlled by the Bears. Fight for it at midfield, losing it momentarily and then getting it back was Geary. Her outlet pass loosened the ground.
Sloppy passing by Salve so far. Got to take care of the ball better.
Melissa Renaud with it.
Seems like Bridgewater has a nice, slow, laid-out, balanced attack so far, Andrew, compared to Salve. Like you said, only 1 or 2 offensive possessions so far. Bridgewater's really working their game plan early on.
And I'd have to say, the Bears have taken 4 shots and they've scored on all 4 of those shots, so not even an opportunity for a rebound chance to get out and run.
High-efficiency looks right around the corner of the net, results in goals.
2-man game being played on the far left-hand side, so they move back to the point to Renaud.
Good job by Salve's defense to try and keep that ball in the corner away from the net.
Kelly bumps Renaud. She loses the ball, but regains possession. Holding at the 20-yard line, now charging forward, fakes to the left, moves back to the right, cradling, trying to spin away from Kelly, but Kelly stays strong and forces her back out, and we have a whistle. Looks like they're calling a foul on Kelly.
I don't know, it seems like pretty strong-nosed defense by Kelly on that position. Kept their attacker in front of her, squared up her body. I don't really see a foul right there.
And free position now for Melissa Renaud. Renaud charging in, shooting, and blocked wide by O'Reilly. The first save of the game for Josephine.
Salve's got to get this ball out from behind their own net, start pushing it on offense.
Time on attack, a major part of this game. Bounce pass comes to the middle and picked off by the Seahawks. Erin Gerard can't control, now she does. Works her way towards the sideline, tries to find an outlet pass, is deflected out of bounds by Maureen Navoni.
Salve's desperately trying to get the ball across midfield here, get some offensive momentum going on.
Being met with strong pressure at the perimeter. Long lead pass to Grace Kelly. Kelly now sprinting into the offensive end at the arc. Going to try and work her way all the way in. Spins, looks for a shot, just wide, blocked, out of bounds. It'll stay Seahawk ball.
It was a nice hands by Kelly there to grab that long pass. Sprinting, tried to make her own shot off the break, just a little wide right.
Seahawks trying to get on the board, trailing 4-0. Shot in front, deflected and saved. Still in Salve's possession, though. Trying to feed to the front. Shot goes wide and it trickles out of bounds.
Good idea by Salve here. Quick passes, quick, rapid shots. Just unable to find the net.
Bears ball with 22 minutes, 36 seconds to play in the first half. Bears with the 4-0 advantage.
Fortunately, Salve had a great attack going there on that last possession. Unfortunately, came up empty in the goal department.
Ball loose on the ground. Scooped up by the Bears on the far side. They come to the corner. Charging, faking middle. Now feeding right in front. Shot saved by O'Reilly. Right at the edges of her crease.
What a save by O'Reilly to bail out her team there. It seemed like the middle of the Salve defense just opened up, allowed that attacker to waltz right in towards the net.
There must have been a foul somewhere because now they give the ball to the Bears.
We can see down on the field, Andrew, the wind starting to pick up. We'll see if that's a factor come shot time.
Bears holding that behind the net. Now they kick out. Charging. We have another whistle and a stoppage of play. Cross check. And free position here for the Bears. Not taking a shot, though, and backing it back out.
Salve settling back into that zone defense.
King stutter steps. Backs back out to the perimeter. McKenna. Cradling at the point. Gakelin.
Salve's doing a great job not allowing penetration by this Bridgewater offense here. Finally clamping down on defense.
Ball loose in front. Picked up. Shot scored. Melissa Renaud.
Again, right as I make a comment about Salve's defense. Andrew, again, the recurring theme right now is that gaping wide hole in the middle of Salve's defense. Bridgewater State's really pinpointing that weakness and going at him strong.
And Salve Regina calls a timeout. We'll take it with 20 minutes and 49 seconds to play in the first half. Salve trailing 5-0. So Salve trailing 5-0 out of the gate here. Almost 10 minutes gone in this first half, and we'll have draw control at midfield coming out of the Salve timeout. And what do you think Coach Foster said to the group there in the timeout, Leon? What can you say? What do you have to do to get back into this game?
We'll definitely keep calm with the 5-goal deficit. I mean, it does seem a little daunting, but at the same time, 5 goals, pretty easy to come back from. Get a little more physical on defense. Act like they want to be here. Salve's played, like I said, really dormant, pretty lackadaisical on the defensive end. So I think Coach Foster is definitely stressing to her team, play stronger defense, create some turnovers. Hopefully that'll create some opportunities on the break.
And probably just to be aggressive in general, and even on the offensive end, kind of tentative. The Bears are getting out of their chances by forcing their way into the middle and drawing free position shots. You got to try and do the same for yourself.
And Salve continues to get beat off the face-off as well.
They will redraw at midfield.
Key to establishing any strong offensive possession starts in the face-off circle. Salve Regina needs to start getting some wins on the draw here.
Draw control, ball in the air and controlled by the Bears. Lauren Geary passes on up ahead for Taylor Clancy. Clancy feeds middle, shot scored!
That's just too easy for Bridgewater State. Half the Salve Regina defenders has their backs to the ball. They finally turn around as the ball's about 5 feet from the goal. No chance they're going to make that save.
Clancy found Geary charging down the middle, and she buries it, and it's 6-0.
It seems like Salve has no answer defensively for this Bear attack. Apparently that timeout for the Seahawks was not very effective, giving up that early goal.
Definitely not what Coach Foster probably drew up in the huddle.
Again, we'll see if the Seahawks can finally win a face-off. Unfortunately, no.
Nope, controlled again by Geary. She'll bring the Bears right back on up attack.
You can see, Andrew, it just looks like Salve's outnumbered every single time down the break here. Looks like their defenders are trying to pick up an attacker, instead not really keeping an eye on the movement of the ball.
Taylor Clancy holding, moves to King in the corner. King moves it behind the net. Caitlin holding there. All the players for the Bears clumped up near the top of the arc, and now they'll spread out as Caitlin tries to find cutters.
I mean, I like Salve's defensive zone over here, but yet again, that middle of the field is open every single time.
Caitlin still holding behind the net as the Bears continue to cycle, and now they move back to the point with Renaud. Melissa Renaud stutter steps, drives, tries to shoot, moves it behind the net. As the winds pick up here at Gaudette Field. Caitlin trying to feed middle. Shot loose on the ground in front of the net, scooped up by O'Reilly, but then fought for and taken again by the Bears.
No sense of urgency right now by the Seahawks to pick up that ground ball, potentially get it out of the zone. They seem content to just sit back and play defense.
Loose ball on the ground again. Seahawks trying to fight for it, and a foul gets called on Taylor Clancy, and it's going to be Seahawk ball after a very long defensive possession.
Hopefully Salve can create some sort of advantage off that free positioning here. Bridgewater State's done a great job of bottling them up so far.
Donlin finds Gina Tortorici. Tortorici trying to find Carly Melanzak. Melanzak can't control it, though. She was alone on a break, and she'll have to back out to the arc. Move to Mary Ashley Donlin. Donlin return to the point. Tortorici ducks the shoulder, spins, tries to shoot on net, goes just wide, and picked up in the corner. Return to Tortorici.
Good idea by Salve there, try to attack the right side of the net. Allie Foreman for Bridgewater State, though, continues to be rock solid in between the pipes.
Shot in front, scores!
Literally every time I make a comment, the opposite happens today. So very weird afternoon here.
Shot scores for Sarah Woods. I was signaled Sarah Woods, but it's Gina Tortorici on the goal. They finally credit the goal to Sarah Woods, assisted by Gina Tortorici.
We'll see if that goal is a spark plug here for Salve's offense.
18:03 to play in the first half, and it's 6-1. Salve finally on the board, but once again they lose draw control, and the Bears will be back on attack. Ball comes to the middle, looking for a shot, blocked away by O'Reilly. And another goal scored in the scrum from Melissa Renaud. Lost track of what happened there, and before I knew it, the ball was in the back of the net.
Salve's defense is playing like they just don't want to be here this afternoon right now, Andrew. It seems like no sense of urgency on the on-ball defense here.
So a quick answer from the Bears, and it's 7-1.
I'm sure Coach Foster for the Seahawks must be disappointed. They finally get a goal on the board. They're looking to build some momentum, and then they give up an easy goal right back.
And then an opportunity coming off yet another lost faceoff.
Frustration's mounting in midfield now for the Seahawks. They need a face-off win to get some offensive momentum.
Draw control coming in midfield, the ball in the air. Players fighting for it. Collision between two Seahawks. A Seahawk player is down the ground, and the whistle's called. Refs call timeout. That was Sarah Woods.
Looks like her teammate's stick might have hit her in the face on that one.
Sarah Woods is up and appears to be okay. She's taken a couple tough shots over the past couple weeks.
Life of a defenseman, I guess. Right in the trenches, get hit hard and hit other people hard.
So after they clear up at midfield, it's still Bears ball, and they work into the offensive end. Loose ball, but still controlled by the Bears. At the small arc, now backing back out, is Melanie Appleman. Moves to the corner, now behind the net.
It's a great job by Salve's Joanna Sampson, number 17, able to cut off the edge attack by Bridgewater State.
Cakelin holding behind the net, trying to feed it in front. Shot blocked away by O'Reilly, but scooped up in front. A whistle before another shot. And we'll see what the refs call here. So it seems Lauren Geary will come and sit at the scorer's table, and they give possession of the ball to Salve. Lauren Geary got yellow carded. Not sure what was called. There was a shot that scored for the Bears. So that's taken off the board, and now they'll be down a player.
Salve's got to take advantage of this man-up situation here. Need to push the ball through midfield. Again, play is stopped.
A whistle and a turnover on Salve Regina.
Quick turnovers is not the way to come back from a 6-goal deficit here with 16 minutes remaining. Salve's got to play a little more aggressive here on the defensive end, try and create some kind of turnovers.
Taylor Clancy spinning away. Being tracked by Taylor Robertson. Robertson extending her pressure all the way out on Clancy. Clancy spins away from her, though, works her way to the middle, cradling in on O'Reilly, looking for a shot, nothing there, so she backs back out and fires to the point. Renaud charging, now backs back out towards the arc.
Great speed by Clancy there to cut through the Salve defenders, create an opportunity.
Caitlin trying to feed it behind the net. O'Reilly is out of her crease. Now she gets back in. Ball in the corner for the Bears.
Could have been dangerous for the Seahawks. No one was there to help O'Reilly scoop up that ground ball. Luckily, Salve was able to get back in defensive position.
Lob pass comes to Renaud at the point. Robertson extending her pressure. They kick back out to the far point, spinning away from contact, working her way to the middle. Double teamed and getting whacked in the head by Gina Tortorici. Was Melanie Appleman, and that'll be a foul.
It's a tough call there by the refs. Salve defenders all over Cleary there. Great little spin move to try and create some space and separation, but the foul's going to halt play here yet again.
And free position coming from Melanie Appleman. Appleman charging, shooting, saved by O'Reilly.
Great save by O'Reilly there. Sort of make a statement for Salve's defense here. Hopefully they can create some offensive opportunities now.
Sarah Woods trying to work her way down the far perimeter. And she steps out of bounds. Halfway through the first period. And it's 7-1 Bears.
Turnovers continuing to harm the Seahawks here, especially with that 6-goal deficit. It seems like every time Salve gets in a good position to make an attack, they turn the ball over, Andrew.
Lauren Geary lobs back out to Renaud. Renaud at the arc, trying to feed it middle. Cradling, spinning, looking for a shot. Saved, loose on the ground, now batted back out towards the point. They move it behind the net. Seahawks have not taken advantage of the loose ball situations, Leon.
Like I said, Andrew, just seems like a lack of urgency from the get-go here by the Seahawks.
Outlet pass trickling towards midfield. It'll be scooped up there by the Seahawks. Knocked away, slashing on the cross was Cakelin. So it'll stay Seahawk ball. So they try to get something going with 14 minutes to play here in the first half. Gina Tortorici cradling at the 40-yard line. Being pressured, almost triple team near midfield. Her shot gets blocked out of bounds. They'll stay Seahawk ball. Grace Kelly back in the game. Her outlet pass is knocked away, and Grace Kelly then commits a foul.
Seems like less of a foul and more of a tangling of feet there. Nonetheless, play will be stopped.
And Lauren Geary will lob on up ahead for Alex Lynch. Lynch at the arc.
Wow, again, great speed by Bridgewater State. I thought they would have attacked on that 3-on-2 advantage, but
Cakelin trying to feed middle. Shot scored!
that was a beautiful feed inside. Salve Regina, all the eyes of their defenders were on the ball. Allowed that attacker to slip right behind the defense and put in an easy shot.
Everyone watching Riley Cakelin, she found Melissa Renaud on the weak side. She buried it behind Josephine O'Reilly.
Thank you for the name accreditation there. I couldn't keep an eye on who scored that goal.
And it's 8-1. 13 minutes and 9 seconds to play in the first half, and we will have draw control at midfield.
It's the middle of that zone for Salve, continually getting beat for each and every goal here by Bridgewater State. And you'd think at halftime, Andrew, Coach Foster's going to look at that, maybe make some defensive adjustments for the next timeout.
Yeah, I mean, the weak side defense has been poor, and the hustle has been poor. I mean, they've just been outworked so far, Salve has in this first half.
A lot of speed here by Bridgewater State. I underestimated their speed, definitely looking down the roster, but they seem to have a few steps up and over Salve so far.
And the Bears win another draw control. And we'll have the ball right back on the attack in the offensive end. Renaud holding at the point, spinning away, shooting, and she scores again, unassisted for Melissa Renaud.
Just an onslaught of goals here now by Bridgewater State. Looks like they're trying to open up this game a little bit. They know they have Salve on the ropes.
9-1 with 12 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first half. Draw control coming again at midfield.
And if I'm Coach Foster here, I'm either calling a timeout or getting some defensive substitutions out on the field ASAP. Seahawk defensive effort really not showing up this afternoon.
And right now, if you're Salve, it all starts, like you said, at the faceoff dot. You know, you're not going to score 8 goals on a single play. You got to win the draw and get possession and just build bit by bit.
Continually getting beat in the faceoff circle just is not a blueprint for success.
I mean, we'll get the stats at the half, but I would say right now, just off the eye test, they haven't won a faceoff all day yet.
All day.
Draw control coming here at midfield. Ball in the air, loose on the ground and scooped up by Lauren Geary. She has it knocked away and it's taken.
Great defense by Grace Kelly right there to knock that ball loose.
Courtney Moulton finds Carly Melanzak. Melanzak lobs it on up ahead. Sarah Woods gets bumped. Abigail Tepper, rather.
Good idea by Tepper there to start to attack the middle of the net, similar to the offense for Bridgewater State.
Tepper takes up free position about 10 yards away from the net. Tepper. Pass for Regina Tortorici, broken up, loose on the ground, and taken by Geary.
Lazy pass by Salve there.
And then Tortorici, probably in frustration, fouls Geary.
Took a few seconds to let that pass go, enabled the Bridgewater State defender to step right in front of the ball and create another turnover.
Another foul on the Seahawks.
Good double-team defense there by Salve, trying to knock that ball loose. It's going to be that kind of double-teaming, strong, pointed, hard-nosed defense that's going to get Salve back into this game.
Geary moves to Melissa Renaud. Renaud lobs to King. King on the far side. Moves it to Cakelin. Now they move it behind the net.
Common theme so far, Bridgewater State likes to work the ball around to the left side of the net, dangle the ball over there for a while, bring it back up top, and then eventually attack inside the middle into the crease.
Gina Tortorici guarding down in the low post area. Now they back out. Megan Finneran with it. Moves back to the corner. Now they come to Lynch at the point. Lynch charging in, shooting way high, and that'll go out of bounds.
Salve needs more defensive possessions like this, Andrew, if they're going to be able to get back into this game. They just need to end this possession here with a turnover instead of conceding a goal.
Ball being held behind the net. Geary with it now. Geary trying to lob middle. Nothing going there, and it's taken by the Seahawks. Now Courtney Moulton with it. At midfield gets knocked down.
Great idea on the transition offense for Salve there. Just unable to stay on her feet.
Carly Melanzak now with it. Will race into the offensive end at the 20. And take up position down the far corner. Now will trot behind the net. Move it to the far side behind the net. Grace Kelly at the point. Seahawks trying to get the offensive engine in gear. Kelly moves to Melanzak. Melanzak being pressured by Geary. Comes to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici spins into contact, trying to lob it down low, holding it there and being fouled is Sarah Woods.
Good ball movement by Salve there, trying to work it down each layer in the offensive zone here. Just trying to get that best look at the net.
And now Sarah Woods will take up free position 5 yards from the net. Sarah Woods charging middle, has the ball stripped away, and it's stolen.
Turnovers just mounting up here for the Seahawks.
So Sarah Woods, one of the Seahawks' deadliest offensive weapons, has a free position chance. She commits a turnover, but the ball is loose near midfield. Players scrambling for it, and a foul on Bridgewater State will give Salve Regina possession on the far side of the field.
And on top of the multiple possessions here by Salve's offense, as soon as they do commit a turnover, it seems like Bridgewater State's already down the field in half the time.
Sarah Woods with the ball at the 20-yard line. A hold at the point in the offensive end, now kick to the corner. Seahawks working the ball behind the net. Moulton to Melanzak. Melanzak trying to post up, now kicks back out.
Great job by Bridgewater State here, not allowing Salve to get a clean look at the net.
Grace Kelly trying to control it in the middle. She does. She shoots it. She scores! Grace Kelly!
Again, the trend continues now. for Salve here. Great touches. Great job by Malinzak to find Kelly. Kelly noticed she had the advantage. Great snipe by number 1.
And it's 9-2 with 8:04 to play in the first half. And you wonder, we haven't been able to see what Salve's strategy in the offensive end is going to be because they've had so few possessions. But so far, the couple of possessions we've seen, they've tried to really establish like a low post type presence.
And Grace Kelly doing a great job there. Realizing that she only had one defender on her, there was space in the middle. The blueprint used by Bridgewater State so far to score 9 goals. And as a result, Salve puts one in here. We'll see if they can try and build some momentum off that last goal.
See if they can win a face-off. Draw control coming at midfield. Ball loose on the ground. Anyone's ball. And it's scooped up by the Bears. Still being knocked around. Loose on the ground. Controlled by Aaron Gerard. So that may be the first quasi-face-off win for the Seahawks. Now Carly Malinzak trying to work a 2-on-1. Malinzak charging in. A pass just wide of Abigail Tepper, and that may trickle out of bounds, but Tepper tracks it down on the far side. Seahawks still in possession, but a lost opportunity there.
Good idea by Malinzak. It looks like she just got a little too excited on the 2-on-1 break.
Sarah Woods finds Aaron Gerard. Gerard moves to Kelly. Kelly spinning, trying to feed it middle. She does. Sarah Woods lost it, though, and it'll be taken by the Bears there.
If Sarah Woods retains possession on, that's a goal for the Seahawks right there. Great feed by Kelly to find the streaking Woods.
9-2 the score with 7:09 to play in the first half. Bears leading the Seahawks.
Great job by Salve here, not allowing an inbounds pass here by Bridgewater State.
Allie Foreman content to hold. And now try to clear out towards midfield. Grace Kelly with a great effort. She falls to the ground, but is taken by the Bears. And then looked like that could have been a charge, but they called a foul on Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods looked like she was in position there.
No, that was a dangerous pass by Bridgewater State's goalie, Allie Foreman there, sort of just lobbing it up for grabs in the middle. Lucky that ball wasn't grabbed by Salve.
Ball comes to Wenzel. Wenzel charging, trying to feed middle to Renault. Renault shoots and blocked away and saved by O'Reilly.
Salve frantically trying to pick up a man here on this defensive possession. Teammates pointing to each other, trying to establish corners of the zone defense.
A lot more talk than we've heard in this first half from the Salve Regina defense.
And communication is the key to any successful effort here, and Salve's going to need it down by 7 as we approach the end of the half.
6 minutes to play in the first period. Seahawks in possession, lobbing out near midfield, taking it there, and now racing into the offensive end. Abigail Tepper, she gets tripped up and fouled.
Great speed by Tepper, trying to create some separation, unfortunately tripped up. Penalty, that trip really helps Bridgewater State there, allows them to calm down, get the ball in front of them.
9-2 the score with 5 minutes and 25 seconds to play in the first half. Salve Regina trailing by 7 in possession here. Tepper finds Sarah Woods.
And you can really see the difference here behind Bridgewater State and Salve. As soon as Salve tries to bring that ball into the middle, Bridgewater State does a great job of crashing inside.
Sarah Woods has her shot blocked away and saved. And like you said, 5 players crashing the net for the Bears. And then a foul on the Bears on the loose ball, so it'll still be Salve Regina in possession here. Abigail Tepper being pressured. Comes to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici finds Sarah Woods at the point. Woods trying to charge middle, gets double teamed. She backs back out. Now on the left-hand side. Move back to Abigail Tepper. Tepper being pressured by Geary. Tepper into the double team. Moves back out to Gina Tortorici at the point.
There's that crashing help defense there by Bridgewater State. Every time Salve tries to get the ball inside, defense collapses.
Seahawks holding the ball behind the net. Moulton spinning, trying to make a move. Works her way to the middle. And draws a foul.
Now, if you're Moulton right there, you put on a little spin move. You had a wide open look at the net there. I was anticipating the move.
Instead, she draws the foul, and she will take up free position here for the Seahawks. Charging, trying to go low. Shot blocked. Saved by in front by the Bears. And it's loose on the ground. Picked off. Another foul.
What an effort by Allie Foreman so far for the Bears in net. Salve Regina starting to string together some a flurry of shots here towards the end of the half, but continuing to be rock solid between the posts.
Taylor Clancy charging into the offensive end. Tortorici swiping the cross, trying to cause a turnover.
And I just don't understand how Salve Regina continues to let Bridgewater just waltz right into the middle of the field here.
Clancy almost lost it. Amanda Latchett trying to force a turnover, and now Geary with it. Moves to the far corner. We have a whistle away from the ball and a stoppage of play. And now the Bears will take up free position.
And that's what's really killed Salve so far. Right off, Bridgewater State's doing a great job of taking advantage of this free position here. They go right into attack mode and try and find some goals.
Referee stops the game as they try to reset the game clock. They will put 3:15 back on the clock. Now they adjust it to 3:06. And free position coming here for the Bears, working her way in and backing back out and kicking to the corner. Deep behind the net, pass comes to the middle, shot scored for Geary. Like you said, Leon, all day the middle of that Salve zone has been porous.
And those defenders, again, just having their back to the ball here. They need to turn around, lock up, square up on the attacker, try and get a stick in the way of these shots. Salve Regina is just getting burned on multiple possessions here.
It's 10-2 with 2 minutes and 57 seconds to play in the first half. And that's something that's, in any sport, great ball movement, efficient offense is really hard to defend, but Salve's not doing themselves any favors right now.
No, I know. Just a complete team effort domination here by Bridgewater State so far. Really willingness to make that extra pass and to find that cutting attacker to get those easy goals. Great game plan by Bridgewater State here to open this half.
And we'll have draw control at midfield, where the Bears have dominated so far in this first half.
Like you're right, Andrew. I think Salve hasn't won one face-off. We'll have to check the stats here at the half, but
They may be credited with one win, on the loose balls, but as far as winning clearly off the draw. And scoring again is Geary. Geary took that face-off, one pass ahead, got it back, and she scores again, and it's 11-2.
I've never seen the insides of a defense fail today so bad as I've seen Salve. I mean, really just sloppy play, failure to pick up the ball. Again, goal after goal, their backs to the ball. No way they're going to stop these shots here.
And I didn't even have a chance to finish my thought as Geary scored that goal. But talking about Geary, she's won these faceoffs clean, in the air, controlled herself. Salve, the faceoffs they've won have been off scrums and loose balls being fought far on the ground. And once again, Geary will take faceoff at midfield. Ball in the air and controlled by Geary.
Looks like it's just really a height advantage by Geary there to get the face-offs now. She just reaches those long arms up and quickly transitions into a fast break attack for Bridgewater State.
Bustis holding behind the net, now moves to the corner, lobbing back out to Renaud at the point. Comes to Lauren Geary.
I mean, Andrew, it takes Salve Regina about 3 to 5 minutes to set up an offense, but on the other end, Bridgewater State just pounds the middle and sets up their offense in 30 seconds.
Geary back to Renaud. And we've said it's been noticeable from the beginning, and you pointed out, Leon, the speed. Bridgewater State seems to be the faster team out there on the field today.
Faster off the face-off, faster down the sidelines here, and just faster sprinting into the middle. Salve Regina needs someone to step up here and make a defensive play.
Caitlin lobs back to Renaud. Minute 41 to play in the first half.
And you could see a key difference here between these two teams, Andrew. Salve Regina seems to be content to just sit back and let Bridgewater State work their offense. Whereas when Bridgewater's on defense, they're swarming to the ball every possession.
King holding behind the net. Bears content just to run clock now. As we come to the closing seconds of this first half. 60 seconds to play. King moves to Lynch at the 10-yard line just outside the arc, guarded by Grace Kelly. Shot back towards the point. Donnellan made a move for it. Now charging middle and taking up position behind the net.
Seems like Salve's just running alongside their attackers here, not really whacking at the ball, just continuing to let themselves get bullied around inside near the net.
Sarah Woods falls to the ground. No whistle is blown, though, so play continues. Bears in a very lengthy offensive possession here. Have not attempted a shot yet. 17 seconds to play in the first half. Ball comes to Renaud now. Renaud fakes, spins, trying to work her way middle. Nothing there. Defended by Donnellan. Renaud's shot goes wide, headed out of bounds, and they still rule Bears ball.
And fancy footwork there by Renaud to give her defender the little shake and bake, create an open lane for the shot.
Geary with it, works her way to the middle, she shoots and she scores!
That's just an unexcusable goal by Salve there at the end of the half. You cannot let in a goal in the last 2 seconds. That's a time when the defense really needs to tighten up.
Time expires, and it's 12-2 as the players hit halftime. And I wanted to get in, as you said, Geary, great off the faceoff. She is 5'10". No one yet on the field who has that same height advantage has taken a faceoff this game for Salve. So at the score 12-2, we hit halftime, and we'll take a break just as much as the players will take a break. So coming out of halftime, Leon, we got a chance to look at some stats, and the face-off numbers are not as astronomical as we thought they would be. 11-3 in favor of the Bears, but those 3 wins definitely not clean wins for the Seahawks.
11-3 is still a pretty ugly figure. If you ask me,
I was looking for. I mean, I guess you can only have draw control off of scores. There's no really other opportunities for that. And as I say, the Bears win another draw control and racing into the offensive end.
I mean, that breakaway speed is just unrivaled here on the Salve side. Looks like they don't have anyone that can match up with that breakaway speed right off the get from these faceoffs. That was the problem the first half, and it looks like Salve hasn't corrected this issue off the get.
And I think Grace Kelly just got yellow carded, and she's going to come and take a seat. So Salve will be down a player here. Down a player and backed up in the defensive zone. 11 seconds into the half.
Not the start Salve offense is looking for here. See if they find a way to plug up that gaping hole in the middle of their defense here that gave up those 12 goals.
Ball moved to Geary. Geary far out at the point. Like you said, trying to attack the soft middle of this Seahawk defense. Cakelin now. Return to Geary. Geary lobbing to the far side of the net. Shot scored for Renaud.
I just really don't understand how Salve Regina continues to let these passes go right across the middle. Great job by Bridgewater State there. Sneak around the right side of the net. Grab that rifling fast pass. Put it right past Josephine O'Reilly.
And that pass went right past O'Reilly's face, too, to the far side.
I mean, maybe she could have stuck her stick out there a little bit to get a little interference on that pass. But again, Salve defense continues to just watch the ball get passed around them instead of doing something about it. And as a result, down by 11.
13-2. And with the double-digit advantage, the clock will roll here. Draw control coming at midfield.
See, it looks like a substitution here for face-off wise for Salve.
Ball loose on the ground and a foul going against the Bears, so the Seahawks will gain possession.
Has Sarah Woods been taking face-offs the entire time for Salve?
She's been in there a couple times. Jacqueline Pilati has been in there a few times, I think.
So maybe that change here by Salve allowed them to win 1 or 2 face-offs.
Carly Melanzak moves it to Abigail Tepper. Tepper returned to Melanzak. Now Gina Tortorici. Tortorici has her cross slapped at, loses the ball, but a foul is called against the Bears.
It always looks like Salve has the opportunity to attack the middle.
Pass comes to the far side to Moulton behind the net.
Like right there. Excuse me.
She gets blocked off well, though, and the Seahawks have to move back out to the perimeter. Tortorici lobs to Melanzak behind the net, return to Tortorici.
Great job by Bridgewater State, not allowing any penetration by Salve's offense here. Keeping the balls on the perimeter of the offensive zone, not allowing any inside penetration.
And looks like Maureen Navoni is going to come take a seat here at the scorer's table. And now free position and the odd man for Salve Regina. Tortorici sprinting in middle, and another whistle before they can finish the free position.
Not really sure what just happened right there.
Free position again for Tortorici. Tortorici into the middle, shot saved.
Another great save by Foreman here. She looks unfazed by these shots from Salve. Continuing to get these risky passes back out there. Salve's got to take advantage of that errant
It's taken
pass.
here. Tortorici. Shot score. Gina Tortorici off the Foreman turnover scores. And it's 13-3.
And like I said earlier in the first half, Andrew, Foreman for Bridgewater State there made a few of those bad passes last half. Just nonchalantly tossed the ball up in the air in the middle of the field. Salve finally takes advantage of the error. So
still the double-digit differential, 13-3. Clock will continue to roll, but draw control will come at midfield. See if Salve Regina can get a little run in them here. And Sarah Woods will draw against Geary at midfield. Ball loose on the ground. Players fighting for it, and a whistle going against the Bears, so it'll be Salve Regina ball. And maybe that's the advantage you need. If you're not going to win the height advantage, just win the physical advantage and get to the ball first.
I mean, that's tough to do in women's lacrosse, obviously, with the lack of physical play allowed. But Salve Regina, you're right, Andrew. They can find their way back into this game with plays just like that.
Grace Kelly holding at the point.
See, Grace Kelly's got to make that pass to a cutting Abigail Tepper across the middle. That could have been another easy goal for the Seahawks. Salve is sending their players on cuts across the middle of the net. Just the passes aren't able to be pushed down in there.
Tortorici trying to spin away from contact. She works her way to the middle. Shot just above the crossbar, and it goes out of bounds. And they rule Bears ball.
Salve is continuing to take a page out of Bridgewater State's playbook here. Just continuing the knife right in the middle of the defense. I'll take shots on goal regardless if they go in or not.
Foreman holding in her crease.
Let's see if she's able to get a clean pass off here. Clear the zone. Great job by Salve. Seems the only time they're playing really good defense here is on the inbounds passes.
Clock rolling with 24 minutes and 26 seconds to play, and Foreman still holding in her crease. Now, trying to clear out near the 30-yard line. Ball hits the ground, taken by Erin Gerard. Gerard trying to lob on up ahead. Her pass is deflected. Courtney Moulton fighting for it, and it's taken by Geary. A whistle away from the ball, though, and it'll stay Salve Regina ball.
And Geary continuing to use that 5'10 frame to just reach her arms up and have at least a head over every other defender on the field alongside her.
Courtney Moulton moves to Grace Kelly on the far right-hand side. Kelly trying to feed middle to Tortorici. Tortorici shots and she scores! Back-to-back goals for Gina Tortorici. And it's 13-4.
Excuse me, Andrew. It all starts with great passing here. Salve continuing to look for the open shot instead of settling for contested ones.
And, I mean, you've said it. Early in the game, it seemed like Salve was tentative with their passing. A couple, seconds too late. The passes, the lanes have been there. The opportunities have been there. They just haven't been quick enough to take them.
Now Salve's just got to do a better job on the defensive end here so they can start to make a run here.
Plenty of time left. The clock will stop now. Under a double-digit differential. Draw control coming at midfield. Ball knocks clean, straight up in the air, one back, and Gina Tortorici has it. Moves to Erin Gerard. Gerard bounces it on the ground to Carly Melanzak. Melanzak can't control it. Now she does. Spinning. Moves to the corner. Ball knocked out loose on the ground. Tortorici fighting for it. She takes it in the middle, tries to shoot it on goal, and it's saved by Foreman.
Tortorici continues to take advantage of the soft interior middle of the defense by Bridgewater State. Seems like the Bears are sort of relaxing now with this 9-goal lead. This game's far from over, though.
13-4 with 23 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the second half. Cakelin trying to lob to Lynch in the far corner. It's trickling towards the corner. Lynch will track it down in a fight in the corner with Donnellan and a foul against the Seahawks.
Salve's done a great job of spending the first 8 minutes of this half primarily on the offensive side here when we've seen quite a reversal from the first half.
And those opportunities came by winning faceoffs. Go figure. Lauren Geary moves to Cakelin behind the net. Cakelin.
There's only one defender for Salve there covering the middle. Finally some help defense by Kayla Sheenan for Salve.
Ball loose on the ground in the middle of the field, taken by Gina Tortorici. Tortorici lobs ahead for Carly Melanzak. Seahawks can have a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Melanzak sprinting down the right side. Melanzak sprinting in on net, cradling, shooting, saved by Foreman.
Heck of a save by Allie Foreman again on that fast bake by Carly Melanzak. Great job by Salve again creating that transition offense. As soon as they play some help defense, Andrew, it opens up things a lot more on the offensive side here for Salve. Allowed them that easy fast break opportunity. That's the key to getting back into this game.
Seahawks trying to extend pressure. Ball lobbed on up ahead and trotting in the offensive zone. Sprinting strong down the left side, now backing it back out.
Great job by Salve to pick up their defensive assignments here. Settle into the zone defense.
Cacklin lobs to Renault. Renault trying to spin and getting fouled. Fouled there on Kayla Sheehan.
Good foul, though, by Salve. Can't allow Bridgewater State to get any separation on the interior part of the zone.
Renault lobs for Caitlin. Caitlin spins on O'Reilly. She shoots and she scores.
Can really see the frustration on the faces of the Salve defenders here. Again, everyone just watching the players with the ball run right by them. I've never seen the middle of a defense be so weak for the continuation into the second half here. Salve just cannot find an answer defensively.
And that looked like Riley Caitlin, but they give the goal to Taylor Clancy. Number 3 and number 9 look very similar from a far distance. And it's back to a double-digit differential, so the clock will continue to roll here once we have draw control at midfield.
That's why we both wear glasses, I think, extremely blind.
Yes.
See if Salve can take it.
I'm only 22. I refuse to bring binoculars into the broadcast booth. I say the players get bigger numbers. Draw control coming at midfield.
A little too fast of a movement. Lauren Geary a little too excited off the bat on that face-off. They're going to have to redo that one.
Looks like they call a foul instead with her over-aggression to start that face-off, so it's Seahawk ball. Sarah Woods with it, lobbing for Gina Tortorici. Tortorici sprinting into the offensive end, all the way in on Foreman, shot saved.
Great one-touch passing here by Bridgewater State to push it on the break. See if Salve can do a good job here picking up their defensive assignments.
Bustis with it.
Got a height advantage on Grace Kelly down there.
Grace Kelly defending behind the net, now moves to the left side.
What Grace Kelly lacks in size, she definitely makes up for in heart. She gives her all every single time up and down the field here.
Trying to work her way towards the middle, and her shot is deflected, taken away. Donlin lobs for Tortorici. Tortorici down the left side gets bumped into, and that'll be a foul.
Tortorici here setting the physical tone for the Seahawks. She's been doing all the heavy lifting here in the second half with all both their second half goals, I believe.
Tortorici lobs for Abigail Tepper. Tepper. Sprinting middle. Finds Carly Melanzak. Melanzak all the way in on Foreman. Shot no good. Ball loose on the ground. And they will have a foul. A crease violation on the Seahawks.
Great idea by Salve to try and pass that ball down low to Carly Melanzak. Just a few seconds too late on that pass. Carly was unable to get in good position and fire off a formidable shot there. Seems like Carly's the only one back there for Salve's attack every time down the field. She needs some help if they're going to get some goals past Allie Foreman.
When the Seahawks have tried to hurry and go fast, they've had odd man opportunities. 17 minutes and 38 seconds to play in the second half. Salve trailing 14-4.
So Salve's transition defense has just been very dormant, allowing Bridgewater State to go right into the middle.
Ball taken by Renault at the point, and a foul called against the Seahawks.
You can't win ball games if you're allowing your opponent to get the ball down the field in under 10 seconds, Andrew. There's just no way.
And Melissa Renault will take up free position out near the arc. She will circle back around, and the Bears will set up the offense. Alex King holding at the point. And the Bears will be content just to hold this ball.
Milk some clock here with a 10-goal lead. But you know the Bears are looking to attack here, especially with that middle of the field. Good job by Gary to try and cut towards the middle.
Renault holding still out by the arc. Moves to the corner. Players clear out, almost an isolation type situation. Now a cutter comes to the middle.
It's the key for Bridgewater State here. Use that height inside. Try and get these tall goals over the shorter Salve defenders. And it seems so far that once Salve does get attacked in the middle, they push out one defender to try and stop the ball. That one defender gets burned, and that's it for the effort. No other Salve defenders believing in help defense here.
But a foul against the Bears gives the Seahawks the ball, and Abigail Tepper will sprint past midfield. She's got Carly Melanzak to her left. Tepper trying to spin all the way in on goal. Tepper shoots, and it's saved by Foreman.
Looks like she's got some glue on her stick there, grabbing all these saves.
Foul coming against the Seahawks here, so it'll be Bears ball. 15:33 to play in the second half. Seahawks trailing by 10. As they've trailed for much of this game, this has been a wire-to-wire performance so far for the Bears of Bridgewater State.
Just no on-ball pressure here. Finally, someone for Salve picks up the ball around the back of the net. Great interception. See if Salve can start to push it on the break.
Bounce pass for Tortorici. She scoops it up at the 30-yard line. Trying to lob up ahead for Abigail Tepper. And in the commotion there must have been a foul against the Seahawks as they give the ball right back to Lauren Geary.
Turnovers continuing to plague the Seahawks here in their comeback bid.
King holding at the arc.
Salve's got to be careful. Right there again.
Pass comes into the middle.
Yeah, and almost getting caught in transition here. Salve defenders trying to make their proper switches to pick up and attack. Got to be careful not to let someone waltz right in there and shoot.
14 minutes, 15 seconds to play in the second half. Bears with the ball leading by 10. And content just to milk the clock here. Geary trying to work on Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly extending pressure shot. Ball comes to the middle. Can't control it there, and it's tracked down by Caitlin in the corner.
Great idea by Geary again. It seems like she's making the pass to the cutting attacker, and then she makes her cut herself. It's an offensive philosophy for Bridgewater State here.
Just lots of cycles.
Yep. Continue to attack the net.
Ball being held out by the perimeter. Comes to Renaud. Renaud, stutter step. Now back out towards the arc.
You can see Geary continuing the call for the ball. She seems to be the floor general out there for Bridgewater State.
Lynch, her shot goes just wide across the crease behind the net, and it's taken there by Geary. Bears still in possession. Geary trying to find cutters in the middle, and it's taken by Erin Gerard. Gerard trying to clear out to Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods has it and will spin at midfield. Now Carly Melanzak. Melanzak at the 30. Good pressure by the Bears to stop a good transition attack. Seahawks will try and set up the offense.
You could see Carly Melanzak tried to make a move herself there, but she had to wait for her teammates to come up on the flank.
Tepper moves to Grace Kelly. Kelly back to Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods trying to charge middle. Woods still holding on the far side, moves behind the net. Malinzak holding there. Seahawks working the ball behind the net. Malinzak trying to work her way to the middle, looking for a shot. Nothing doing there. Ball knocked away, loose on the ground, but a foul coming against the Bears.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I'm done.
And again, you can see the difference between these two teams here. As Salve and Carly Malinzak tries to make an attack towards the net, you can see 3 Bridgewater defenders all crash at the point of attack to pick up Carly.
And a free position shot for Carly Malinzak goes wide and out of bounds. It'll stay Seahawk ball. 11 minutes and 46 seconds to play in the second half. Trying to lob it for Malinzak, but nothing going there, and it's taken by the Bears. And the Seahawks commit a bump foul at the 15-yard line. Seahawks trailing here by 10 as they have for this entire game. 11 minutes and 21 seconds to play here in the second half.
Salve continuing to get burned on the break here. Good job by both Salve defenders, though, to make up for that fast break and to stop the ball at the point of attack, right towards the top of the middle of the field.
And if there's any hope for Salve, time is definitely becoming the factor now as we hit 11 minutes to play. And they haven't really won much on draw control, and they haven't been able to create any turnovers. And with the clock rolling here at every second, every stop, it's going to be very hard now to come back.
Yeah, lack of turnover production here for Salve. Really needs some defensive urgency here, down by 10.
And free position coming for the Bears. Cradling, shooting just wide and headed out of bounds. It'll stay Bear ball. That shot coming from Alex Lynch. The Bears still in possession, holding behind the net. And at this point for Salve, you're already trailing. You got to start trying to take some risks and double teams and traps, trying to force some turnovers. Ball comes to Geary. Geary fakes the shot, shoots, and it's saved by O'Reilly.
Again, great job there by Salve. Flushing that ball out of the zone off of that miss by Cleary.
10 minutes to play in the second half. Seahawks trail by 10, 14-4.
Got to clear the ball out of their zone here. Start to push.
Grace Kelly moves to Sarah Woods. Seahawks are going to make a push here. It's going to be those two players who make it happen. Sarah Woods at the arc. Now Grace Kelly at the point. Being checked there by Geary. And Geary gets called for the slash. Kelly trying to find Woods middle. Woods trying to get a shot off. Has it deflected. It's headed towards the corner and taken there by the Bears.
Good job by Salve to try and attack the middle of the field again. That's where the most of the golden opportunities are going to be for the Seahawks here. It's got to do a better job on this transition defense, so they're just allowing the Bears to move the ball down the field almost effortlessly.
Wenzel being guarded by Gerard, deep on the right side. Wetzel spins away, lobs it in front of the net, looking for a shot, and she scores!
Again, Salve caught looking there on the attackers, not following the ball, instead just falling asleep on the defensive end.
And it's 15-4 with that goal by Riley Cakelin.
Salve just continues to let Bridgewater State operate their own offense here. Get in a groove, pass the ball around, look for cutting attackers, and the results of 15 goals today. And we still have 8 minutes to go as well. I have a feeling that this will not be the end of goals for either teams here.
I mean, and this 15 goals today is the most allowed by the Seahawks this season. They had allowed 12 in a 20-12 win against UMass Dartmouth. But other than that, the Seahawks defense has been good this year. Sorry, they allowed 13 actually in a loss at the beginning of the season. But that already 15 a season high allowed, and as you said, still plenty of time left in this half. Grace Kelly lobs up ahead for Carly Malinzak. Malinzak back to Kelly. Ball comes to Morgan McNulty. Now Sarah Woods. Woods to Catherine Mealy. Mealy loses the ball. It's loose on the ground and picked up by the Bears. Mealy still fighting for the ball. It's loose on the ground. And a foul going against Mackenzie Masello of Bridgewater State, so it'll be Seahawk ball.
And a flurry of turnovers here by both teams in order to gain position here. See if Grace Kelly can create something off the break.
Kelly finds Malinzak, who will trot in behind the net.
If Salve has any chance of coming back in this game, they have to put a goal on the board right now with this possession. Need a sense of urgency by the Seahawks. They got to change something up, Andrew. Got to be able to create some opportunities for some cutting attackers towards the net, similar to what Bridgewater State's been accomplishing.
And the window is inching closer to being closed. Free position, though, coming here for Catherine Mealy. Mealy charging, shooting, and she scores! 5-hole on Foreman.
Just what I'm talking about, Andrew. Great passing leads to great opportunities. Another good goal by the Seahawks.
So maybe the window isn't closed just yet. 6 minutes and 10 seconds to play. The big factor for the Seahawks is that running clock. So if they want to keep any chance of winning this game, they got to score a goal quick here.
And at this pace, with almost about 5 minutes left, they're going to have to score a goal a minute here. So we'll see if the Seahawk offense is up to the task. Something tells me it's going to take an epic meltdown here by Allie Foreman in net to concede this game over to Salve. But hey, anything can happen.
Maybe a chance for the Seahawks to win on a draw. Catherine Mealy, 5'10", the tallest player for the Seahawks on the draw. Lauren Geary on the sideline.
And as I was going down the roster for Salve, I was waiting for Coach Foster to make that substitution. I'm not sure if she plays many face-offs, but you got to put your tallest player in the circle.
Mealy loses the face-off. It's taken by the Bears. And the Bears still with that double-digit differential can try and bleed the clock. Ball comes to the middle, loose on the ground and picked off by the Seahawks.
Good idea. Good idea by Bridgewater State there, continuing to cut in. That was a great pass, just unable to hold on to that ball. You'd think Salve would make some adjustments here. I mean, they haven't let up as many goals this half so far, but they're continuing to let Bridgewater State cut towards the middle.
Gina Tortorici at midfield. Crosses the 30-yard line, racing into the offensive end, getting by. 4:32 to play in the second half. Seahawks trailing by 10, 15-5. Carly Malinzak moves it to the corner. Holding this, Caitlin Gillespie. Now they move back out to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici still holding at the arc.
See some solid defensive effort by Bridgewater State here, keeping the ball in front of them, not allowing any penetration by Salve's offense.
And a lot of switching and good communicating, which we've talked about all game. Ball slapped away from Catherine Mealy. It's on the ground, taken by the Bears, but then lost again by Caitlin near the sideline, and a foul against the Seahawks will give the Bears the ball. With 3.5 minutes left to play here. The hay inching ever closer to that barn, Leon.
I've been waiting to say it, but
Taylor Clancy spins, looks for a shot, and she scores.
There's that hole again from Salve. It seems like every time the defender is continuing to just watch the attackers have their way in the middle of the field here. No opposition whatsoever.
And that may be the final nail in the coffin for the Seahawks. It's 16-5, 2:45 to play in the second half.
I mean, it was a good effort by Salve here to come out in the second half with a little more sense of urgency, but as the half progressed, it seems like Salve's momentum, or what little momentum they have, seemed to trail off here. And they really just continue to struggle from the face-off circle. That's probably been the headline of this loss this afternoon.
And if you're Coach Foster, what can you maybe take away from this game?
That they need to practice a lot in the face-off circle, and that they're going to have to find a way to protect the middle of the defense here for Josephine O'Reilly. She's a sitting duck, basically. Salve allows the attackers to just have their way, push right inside, take some easy shots on goal.
Well, the Seahawks will have one more home game coming up. The 6th game of a 7-game homestand. So still an opportunity to work on their game and work this week to improve before starting conference plays. Another shot scores, icing on the cake for the Bears. And it's 17-5.
Defensive efforts here by Salve really proven to be futile here. I mean, absolutely no defensive pickup here, no spark. And it just looks like Salve defenders are a little tired here as this game winds down.
Yeah. As you said, Salve, Virginia, they're going to have to work on the defensive effort. But they're going to have to turn around quick this Saturday. They'll play Gordon, and that'll be the start of their conference play. So even though this is a difficult loss for the Seahawks in their overall record, not a killer because it's not a conference game, but definitely a lot of weaknesses in your team got exposed today.
And as you're looking at the standings so far early on in the year, Salve finds themselves in the basement of the CCC along with Roger Williams. So a little disheartening loss here today, but as you said, Andrew, plenty of time to work on your game and improve for next time out.
Ball loose on the ground and taken by Bridgewater State.
Transition passing here by the Bears.
And the Bears are not letting up. You think some of the reserves have gotten into this game and they want in on the action. Clock stopped with 1:19 to play in a 17-5 game. And now free position. No shot on goal, but another foul. And another free position chance coming.
Someone's telling me to start the clock. It's not me. Can you help me?
Shot saved by O'Reilly. Picked off by Renaud.
Good idea by Salve, just an inaccurate pass resulting in that turnover.
Kelly pressuring Renaud on the far side. Under a minute to play here at Gaudette. It's 17-5.
If the rest of the Seahawks would give the same defensive intensity as Grace Kelly this afternoon, the score could be drastically different.
Kelly fighting for the ball and gets whistled for a foul.
She seems to be the only one leaving it all out on the field for the Seahawks today, Andrew. And as you know, can't win games with a one-man effort.
Bridgewater State holding the ball. Happy to let the final 23 seconds of this game come off the clock. Shot in the middle, saved by O'Reilly. Bounced over her head, almost went in anyways.
Salve defense is so almost like the Red Sea on that possession there. They just parted ways, allowed Bridgewater State to march right in there. Surprising. Great goalie play by Josephine O'Reilly there to limit the damage.
17-5 with 10 seconds to play. Bears will probably let the final seconds come off the clock. Renaud tries a shot, and it's saved by O'Reilly. And the final horn sounds, and that is all she wrote. 17-5 the final. The Seahawks fall to the Bears of Bridgewater State. They fall to 3-4 on the season. As we said, Leon, disappointing effort today by the Seahawks. They just got beat, and maybe that's all you talk about. You want to fix, obviously, the problems you saw for your coach, but you don't want to get too down. You have conference play starting. You want to maybe try and focus on the positives and talk about what we can work on to get better, and maybe not what you did poorly today. But still plenty to work on for the Seahawks, but plenty of time, too, I think.
Yeah, Salve was outmatched from the get. It seems like, looking at statistics here, Bridgewater State does hold now a 14-2 series edge. So It's going to take another effort here for Salve to get things right against Bridgewater State. We know they have to work on their defense. We know they have to work on the intensity and sort of just working their offense similar to what the Bears did here. Just effort was just not there for Salve this afternoon.
And as we said, the Seahawks fall 17-5. I'd like to thank our entire staff and production crew and to you for listening today. The Seahawks next face Gordon in the final game of this 7-game homestand this Saturday at noon. That game also marks the beginning of conference play for the Seahawks. You'll hear the entire call of that game right here on Ustream. Until then, I'm Andrew Pizzelli alongside Leon Bales. Thank you for listening.